is 1/3 closer to 0, 1/2, or a whole? And the reason there are two number lines is because we're working with thirds, and thirds cannot divide into half evenly without cutting pieces apart. So we're going to show the benchmarks and thirds. Doesn't really matter if you put your benchmarks on the top number line or the bottom number line, but I am going to have a number line with 0, 1/2, and a whole. And then one of the number lines needs to show the thirds. So 1/3, 2/3. And now I can see where that halfway point is. It just follows right below here. And so I can look and see 1/3 is that far away from 0. It's very close to half, and then it's farther to the whole. So if we're looking at the sizes of the jumps, you can see that this is your smallest distance. So 1/3 is closest to 1/2. And 1/3 is 1/3 away from 0. It's 2 pieces away from a whole. So 1/3, 2/3 away from the whole. Go ahead and do number 10 and then start the video for number 11. So on numbers 11 through 22, we're just thinking about those mentally. Please feel free to use fraction bars or draw number lines if you like to visually see the fraction amounts. Is 7/10 closer to 0, 1/2, or a whole? I need to think about how many tenths it takes to make a half. So I know that 5/10 equals the half and 10/10 equals the whole. So now I can think about how 7/10 compares to my benchmarks, half or a whole. I know that 7/10 is beyond the halfway point. So we're somewhere in between these two numbers. If I know that 5/10 equals the half, I know that 7/10 is just 2 pieces past the halfway point. It's 3/10 away from the whole. 7/10 is closer to 5/10, so it is closer to 1/2. Is 1/6 closer to 0, 1/2, or a whole? How many sixths does it take to equal 1/2? It takes 3 sixths. How many sixths does it take to equal a whole? 6 sixths. 1/6 is just one piece, so we're looking at either 0 or 1/2. 1/6 is just one piece away from 0, and it would be 2 pieces away from 3/6. So 1/6 is closer to 0. Let's look at number 13. Is 10/12 closer to 0, 1/2, or a whole? I know that 6/12 is equal to a half, and I know that 12/12 is equal to a whole. So if 6/12 is the half, and we're looking at 10/12, I know that 10 is very close to 12. 10 is closer to 12 than it is 6. 10/12 is 4 pieces away from 6/12, but it's only 2 pieces away from 12/12. So 10/12 is closer to a whole. We'll do one more. Is 5/12 closer to 0, 1/2, or a whole? All right, 6/12 is a half, 12/12 is the whole. We're looking at 5/12. 5 is less than 6. So 5/12 is 5 pieces away from 0. It's just one piece away from 6/12. So go ahead and finish this page. Make sure you check your work with an answer key. And that's how we compare fractions to benchmarks 0, 1/2, and a whole.